Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Vashawn,
Yes. Yeah.
Megan,
Yes.
you know, I'm doing this every single day of February. Happy Black History Month. You know, I was downstairs in the cafeteria and one of the workers down there, she had this big smile on her face. And I was like, oh, what's going on? She's like, Happy Black History Month, girl. I'm like, Happy Black History Month. But I was in Converse and a lady came up to me and she told me, you know, that gravesite thing where people post pictures of headstone. She said she and her mom started doing that during the pandemic.
Dominic Smith.
And she said, here's a name for you for Black History Month.
Yes, I.
Okay.
So the name she gave me,
We didn't really do it.
Percy Sutton.
I have two of them.
You knew him. And you know what? I
have
told
two
her,
of
I am going to find out how he ended up in San Antonio. And then I talked to Cornelius Cox, who is the resident historian. And he told me that they actually had a lot of radio stations.
Oh,
Yeah, but you know Percy Sutton.
Yeah, I've met him.
Oh,
He's an
wow.
old guy, you know, and I.
Mhm. Yeah, she was telling me that his grave site, I think she said, is at Heavenly, is it called Heavenly Gates or something?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, I will. I'm gonna have to, I need to learn the story of how,
This is the paper law.
Mhm.
Believer.
all right, I'm gonna find out. See, I didn't know that, but did you see everything that he's done? All right, everyone, we're gonna start up our jury trial at 1:30. That's if all the jurors are here. So I'm gonna call the docket very quickly. Kelly, custody. Edgar Diaz. All right, thank you. Dominique Smith, custody. Nashia Harrison, custody. Carla Patricia Rocha, thank you. Leanne Garcia, Enrique Rodriguez, Felicia Ortega. Is it Elora? Is that how you pronounce that with the Y? Elora Posada, custody. All right, everyone, please confer. You all the attorneys who are here, you've been here before, so you know the rules. All right, who's here on Dominique Smith?
President John.
All right. It's a PSI.
Two of them?
Yes. I'm sorry, not a PSI, a sentencing.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if you're all ready to approach. And where's your client? Oh, come down, please.
And I just have one, maybe two witnesses, the grandma and grandfather. And then. That. But if, this for the court, I think this is arguing. This one.
All right.
Share this for the court.
In the middle, sir.
Norma, can you give me a 45-day reset, please?
She's not here.
No, she's on Zoom.
Oh, she's on.
Yes.
Before we do so, Judge, I was wanting to see if I could speak with the victim.
All right, Norma is saying March 24th. And again, if that's really to make sure that you guys have the medical information. And then you can confer with the complainants on what date is best for them and with defense counsel.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, who else is ready?
1 p.m. getting ready, Judge.
All
You
right.
didn't inform me on that, Judge, so it'll be all right.
You're at the bottom.
All right, Yolora Posada. And do we know if all the jurors are here?
We're all here, Judge.
Okay. Court is calling 2023 CR 9788 and 2026 CR 001199 State versus Yolora Posada. Can I have parties announced?
Renee Munoz for Ms. Posada.
And are you Ms. Posada?
Yes.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes.
In each cause number, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. And each cause number, Ms. Posada, did you review? Just 1 second. Did you review the application for deferred adjudication or community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
And the cause number ending in 99, did you review the waiver of indictment, reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
You have a right to have a grand jury hear the evidence in this case and decide on whether or not it's sufficient to render an indictment. Your attorney has a right to the passage of 2 days upon presentation of the information and also 10 days to prepare for trial. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea today?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived indictment, reading of information, and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. In that cause number, did you review the information with your attorney? Did you understand it? And in the other cause number, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, in each cause number, do you waive the readings?
Yes, Your Honor.
And state in each cause number, are you proceeding on the information in the indictment as presented?
Yes.
And the cause number ending in 9, you're charged with an injury to an elderly or disabled person. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If I grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court will find you guilty and sentence you, could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine. And the cause number ending in 88, you're charged with the offense of credit card or debit card abuse. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. In that cause number, if I grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication is revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? And each cause number, if you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
In each cause number, you have a right to jury, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses. The state will call in the right to remain silent. By entering into these pleas, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in each of these cause numbers? I'm going to need you to speak up so the court. Counsel, And each cause number, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
She has, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
In my opinion, she does.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
That is correct, Judge.
And each cause number has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
And each cause number, if you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering into these pleas, you will be deported and denied naturalization. Did you understand?
Yes.
In each cause number, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. In each cause number, did you review the plea bargaining page with your attorney? Did you understand it? In each cause number, the cases are to run concurrently. The state is taking in consideration 2026 PF 02856. This is run concurrent with DC 2023 CR 9788. And the cause number ending in 9, there's a $1,500 fine. And the cause number ending in 8, there's a $1,000 fine. There's to be restitution in cause number 8 of $131.75. Family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition, and you're also not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent. Did you understand? Did you understand that to be your plea in each of the cause numbers? Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
In each cause number, did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes.
By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, any such motions?
No, Judge.
Outside the agreement, in each cause number, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 5 years, 120 hours of community service restitution, no contact with the complainant, and cause number ending in 8, anger management, MRT, TAP evaluation, and parenting classes. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? And cause number 2026 CR 001199, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No problem.
And cause number 2023 CR 9788, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State in each of those cause number, any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
No objection.
Thank you. And state, have you had a chance to speak with the complainants in each of those causes?
And yes, sir, okay.
All right, you may be excused. In each cause number, did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
In each cause number, the court will find that in each cause number, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments in each cause number, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So what is your relationship in cause number 9, the injury? What is your relationship to the person in that cause number?
I'm her mother.
And how old is she?
11 years old.
Okay. All right, so it appears that your client has some substance issues.
Speaking with her, Your Honor, she didn't notify me about any drug issues particularly. Um, Ms. Posada, do you have any issues with substance?
All right, so I'm basing that upon the police report. The police are stating that when they came out, you were intoxicated. Well, let me change that. They said that you were slurring your words.
Okay, she had been drinking that evening, and it appears, Your Honor, and that appears to be the basis of those observations. And in our estimation, there was a verbal altercation with her and Christian Pedrosa, her husband. And some alcohol may have been involved at that evening, but we don't believe it's a continuous thing or she has any significant issues with that, with that alcohol issue, Judge.
All right, and has Child Protective Services been involved with her?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is the results of that?
They are recommending upon her release to put her on in a safety plan, so she can work into getting a better relationship situation with the child. I asked my client about arrangements for the child. Angel's not going to be living at the household home that she's going to be going back to her husband Christian until the CPS plan is followed, and she can safely meet and visit with her and just reestablish that relationship.
So there is not any minors that are being allowed in the home at this time?
She has other children that she has with Christian Pedrosa,
But are they in the
Yeah,
home,
they do.
minors?
They do reside at the home, Judge.
And Child Protective Services has nothing to say about that?
I haven't had any dealings with them. Did they tell you anything about that?
They just said I was gonna be placed with the safety plan. With someone to be in the house with us at all times with the kids.
All right. And cause number 2023 CR 9788. Court is going to sentence you to $1,000 fine. That will be probated 5 years deferred adjudication. This is to run concurrent with 2026 CR 0119. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs. There's going to be a TAP evaluation. Out of custody, follow recommendations for TAP. There's going to be 120 hours community service restitution. There's to be 1 hour deducted for every completion of sober support meetings. There's going to be restitution to the complainant. And no contact with the complainant. And that restitution is in the amount of $131.75. There's going to be field visits 1 time per month until further notice. And there's to be no residing in households with minors. Counsel, that's until the safety plan is provided to probation.
Yes, Your Honor.
And probation, that's the safety plan from CPS. Probation, is there anything else in regards to that case? Thank you. Proof of employment within 45 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. All right, next we're proceeding in 2026 CR 001199. And that cause number, there's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with the complainant. No harmful or injurious contact with regular reporting by Zoom or in person. regular random UAs, concurrent with 2023 CR 9788, taking consideration 2026 PF 02856, $1,500 fine that will be probated. No residing in households with minors. 200 hours of community service restitution, 1 hour deduction for every sober support meeting completed. There's going to be 20 hours deducted. And I'm ordering anger management. And there's going to be 100 hours deducted. And I'm ordering parenting classes. And there's to be field visits 1 time per month until further notice. And no residing in households with minors until the safety plan is presented. Probation, and proof of employment within 45 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Probation, is there anything else?
The term, Judge, for that one?
Hmm?
The term for that one?
Oh, thank you.
That one does.
Yes, 5 years deferred adjudication. All right. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
Because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because there's an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
Sorry.
Okay, I got it. You ready?
Yes. All
Yes.
right, thank you. Edgar Diaz,
Yes.
and then Deputy Lawrence. We're gonna have to take some people back and just you, and then get with them during break, because I don't want the jurors sitting out that long. All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 0121221 State versus Edgar Diaz. Can I have parties announced?
Gary Chirac for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Diaz?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you entered a plea of no contest on December 1st to the offense of burglary of a building. According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 1 year in the state jail facility and a $2,000 fine. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yes, ma'am.
Any objections?
No objection. This one changed, though. He is a US citizen. It seems to imply he
I'm
was.
sorry?
He is a US citizen. It seems to imply the report he was not.
Oh, no, I don't even miss that.
Gotcha.
I just have to give people the law
Gotcha.
on that. All right. So any witnesses from either side? All right.
Just want to call my defendant.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You can lower your hand, state your name for the record. All right, you may proceed.
Mr. Diaz, on the night in question, you were there with other individuals? Yes. Okay, and those individuals took off running away from the scene, is that correct? Yes, sir. And you stayed there? Yes, sir. And basically, did you go in the premises? Yes. Did you take anything from the premises? No, sir. All right, did you go in the premises after they ran away? Yes. All right, and you're willing to make full restitution to the complaining witness? Yes, sir. All right, the other two have absconded. They don't know where they're at, so you're the sole person remaining? Yes, sir. All right, you are employed? Yes, sir. Okay, do you support anybody?
My wife,
So.
All right. No further questions.
Any questions?
Mr. Diaz, briefly, you stated you took method, is that correct? When you were apprehended by police, were you holding anything within your hands?
Just the board.
With a bar? Did you use that to bring you to the location?
I just.
All right,
Nothing further, Judge. Argument.
all right, the court will hear a brief argument.
Your state would like you to deny defendants' applications based on the underlying that, but also because Mr. Diaz does have a prior burglary application that occurred in 2016, so he was sentenced to years TDC, so because of that, we were using on for the
All right, defense?
Judge, I believe the burglary of habitation occurred in 2011, which is 14 years ago. He was a younger individual. He did do his time on that. He's been working in the community, raising his son, has a strong relationship. I believe you take care of your mother also. Yes. They live with you and your girlfriend and your son occasionally when you have custody of him. Is that correct? Yes, sir.
All right, if there's nothing else, this is what the court is going to do. I want you to know that I've heard everything that your attorney has said. I always make sure that I've read all of the stipulations and I really internalize everything that everyone is saying. So this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to deny your applications. The court is going to find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. There's a $2,000 fine and time and money will run concurrently. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Sure.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. All right, good luck to you, okay?
Excuse,
Thank you.
Judge.
Yes. All right, Deputy Laura, on the remaining parties, attorneys, if your cases are already been worked out and it is for purposes of a plea, then you can appear by Zoom and I'll take it up when we have a break in this trial.
Mine, I
Yes,
just have a withdrawal that the state has already signed. Okay, we can do that really
and who is that for?
Luis De Leon.
Okay.
No, this is tomorrow's docket.
Ah, and who is the prosecutor on this?
Judge.
Hi,
Hi, Judge.
hi. And have you all conferred with Ms. Abrams?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. And Ms. Abrams, with the motion to withdraw, is there any amended conditions or no?
No, Judge, from my understanding, the other cases have been taken care of in the other courts.
That's
Okay.
great.
Yes, Judge, the defendant is part of an agreement with the state that lead to the primary municipal fund.
Alrighty.
So,
Thank you.
All right,
Judge.
thank
And then
you.
my only other request, Judge, is that as a condition of his bond on the MTR in your court, he was on GPS through work release. So does the court require me file a motion to remove that, or will that just
Well,
be?
if that is if the only reason that he was on GPS was because of the new offenses, then if you'll confer with Ms. Abrams,
Okay,
and if she thinks it's appropriate for the court to do that, then the court will strongly consider
Judge.
doing that.
okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
And Judge, and my only other thing with this is, do you want to take it off tomorrow's docket?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
thank you.
And we have a notice for PTD judge to us by Zoom.
Who is your client?
Carla Rocha.
Is he,
She submitted the paperwork yesterday.
okay, just one moment. Just 1 second. Okay, and you say it's Rocha?
Yes, Doc.
I don't, there it is. All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a PTD date. March 9th. Once he signs the reset form, he will be excused. All right, so Deputy Laura, whenever you all are ready.
Judge, we only have 3 cells and there's 5 different classes of inmates, so we need to send some people back downstairs that they will help them to clean back
Okay.
up.
And Judge, I was gonna ask if I could come back tomorrow. Mine is a plea, work has been turned in.
Has it been, the paperwork been completed?
Yes, Judge.
All righty, if you'll give me the paperwork.
Felicia Ortega?
Mine's an MTR, Your Honor, ready to proceed, whenever the court is. Would you like for me to be on Zoom and wait for a break?
Yes, but could you do me, if you could speak with me.
I can stick around and if there's a break, the MTR, but I can help with Mr. McCray.
All right, thank you. All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 015690 State versus Felicia Ortega. Can I have parties announced?
And Jonathan Alvarado for the defense.
And are you Ms. Ortega?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I have, Judge, yes.
Ms. Ortega, did you review the application for deferred adjudication or community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, sir.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Ortega, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? You're charged with theft of property, $2,500 to $30,000 as a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses. The state would call in the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
She has, Judge.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
She does, Judge.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Judge.
Ms. Ortega, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
Okay.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and reentry. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's an $800 fine and the state recommends deferred. Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes, Judge.
Defense?
Yes, Judge.
State?
Yes, Judge.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places? By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, any such motions?
No, Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years. There'll be 120 hours community service restitution, no contact with Cash America Pond at 7414 Military Drive, and no contact with the complainant. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, sir.
Then to the offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
The author states exhibit 1 and all attached.
No objections.
State, have you spoken with the complainant?
Yes, sir.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Judge.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. After reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just to be asked, you follow the plea bargain, Judge. As you can see, she is pregnant. She does have a plan upon being released to stay at Haven for Hope and try and have her child at a nearby hospital, Judge. I explained to her that the court might want some guarantees regarding that, but she is prepared to do whatever the court is asking. She is very adamant about having a healthy child and being there for her child once it's born.
All right, why were you stealing? And who is this guy you were with?
If I may, Judge,
Yes.
the time was on hard times. She was homeless. The individual she was with is her husband, the person who is the father of her child.
And
They
is that
didn't-
Mr. Loving?
No, Judge, that is the third defendant who they met shortly before. Well, not going into all the details, Judge. They've met him, but they're not friends, essentially. And so the other person is her husband, but Michael Loving is somebody she has no problem having no contact.
All right, so was your husband caught doing this or was he able to get away?
We were together and we stayed, after the other person ran off, we stayed and we cleared our names with the police and then we had a warrant.
No, I mean, it's not really clear your name because they said you went in, you got the bracelet, you pretended to drop the bracelet, and then the other person took it up and ran off.
That's second.
All right, so do you have any support system other than your husband?
Just my family in Dallas.
All right, do you want to transfer to Dallas?
No, ma'am. I want to stay in San Antonio and I want to go to school and I want to get help here.
So how far did you go in school?
I got my GED and I got some college.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is going to do. It's 4 years deferred adjudication, regular and random UAs. Oh, slow it down. Okay.
Ready.
4 years deferred adjudication, regular random UAs, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, $800 fine that will be probated, 120 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting. Once that's completed, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. There's to be no contact with Michael Loving and Cash American Pawn at 7414 Military Drive. There's to be field visits until further notice. And I'm going to order the MRT course. Probation, is there anything else? I keep forgetting that. Proof of employment within 45 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Judge, I want to go into a program, so I don't know what the program rules will be, once I get there about working and everything in the program as well, so.
If you want, you can see about lifetime recovery. There's also Casa Mia, which will probably be the best place for you.
I also have,
I can explain to her again.
All right, and Ms. Abrams, if you can make sure that she has contact information for Casa Mia. All right, and Casa Mia is for mothers and babies, and that probably would be a great place for you to get your mind together and to focus on your baby.
Okay.
All right, is this going to be your first child? All right, where are your other children? All right, so here's the thing, you're going to have to start making better decisions. I know sometimes that people will have children and they're just having children. But you have to start thinking, I'm going to support this child. Who am I having a child with? You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because your mom just wants to be the grandparent who spoils children, I'm sure, and not have to be their mom. All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because it's a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you, okay?
Thank you so much.
Take care of the baby.
Thank you
All righty.
so much.
You're welcome.
Have a seat.
Judge, I have three others ready. How would you like to handle, Judge?
Well, I'm trying to get the jurors in. Can we take them?
You don't have the space, Judge.
No, I mean, maybe they'll have to come back on a different day. Does she have the paperwork for Mr. Cortez's client?
Who is the?
It's a sentence in your honor.
Yes, it is, Nashia Harrison. Do you have witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Court is calling, guy. So if you. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 0787 State versus Nashia Harrison. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
See,
Fernando Cortez for Ms. Harrison, Your Honor.
And are you Miss Harrison? All right, you entered a plea on December 3rd. There was a request for a PSI and TAP evaluation. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI and TAP evaluation?
it's your honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI or TAP evaluation?
Not objection, just a correction. I spoke to the state about that.
Yes.
My client did take responsibility for the substance, and it says there that she didn't, but she did. And we saw it on video, actually.
Okay. And Ms. Harrison, what I can tell you is as a former defense attorney, I know sometimes in the PSI report, whether somebody's accepting responsibility or not, unless the accused specifically says, I'm not accepting responsibility for this, that's usually sort of subjective. So I will note for the record that your attorney states and you say that you are accepting responsibility. All right, so according to your plea bargain agreement, your punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 7 years in the prison. There's $1,000 fine. There's no application for deferred adjudication, and the state is opposing your application for community supervision. Since neither party has any witnesses, the court will hear argument state.
Ms. Harrison has previously been on community supervision for 2 separate offenses. And was revoked within 1 to 2 years of being placed on that supervision. So because of the underlying facts, the prior unsuccessful completion of community supervision and ultimate revocation, we would ask that you oppose her.
All right, defense.
Judge, in this case, Ms. Harrison took responsibility. She was actually living with her abuser. The person she was living with had a felony warrant for assaulting her. But she'd been in living with an abuser in a very difficult situation for her. She actually had 2 jobs at the time. If you notice the offenses she's had in her history, they're drug related, they're not violence or assault or anything like that. Also, the record shows that she's had mental health issues, which she continues to have, schizophrenia, bipolar, other issues. So she's had significant mental health issues, including previous suicide attempt and 2 placements in a mental health facility for the mental health episodes she's previously had. So she's had some serious problems here with mental health issues. She's definitely feels that she's ready to be monitored by and helped by your court judge. She would welcome any kind of, although she'd done the treatment facility, she would welcome another opportunity at that. And I would ask the court to consider that at this point for this individual. She's certainly at a much, she's older now. I think she matured to the point with the help that she'd had here by being clean for how long?
I've been here 6 months, but I've been lost since 2022.
So she's
she's had a lot of time to stay clean, and I think that definitely this would be, she can't stay clean without your help, Judge. She just can't do it. I don't think she can. She would need your help to do this, and I think the only way that that would happen with close monitoring, supervision, maybe through mental health probation. But this is a person that can't, I don't know that she can do this without your help. This either your help or prison. I would ask you to please help her stay where she's at right now, clean. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Anything else from the state?
I think the PSI report notes that Ms. Harrison doesn't seem to be motivated for treatment.
Mhm. All right. I see that there is some mental health issues and there's previous diagnosis. Probation. If I were to grant her application, would they accept her in inpatient treatment, or because the TAP is recommending outpatient treatment, they will only do outpatient treatment?
With your instructions, it'll be.
All right. I'm going to tell you, this is what I'm going to do. You have two choices. You only have two choices. There's not a third. Don't ask for a third. I can find you guilty. I will sentence you to 4 years in the prison, or either I'll grant your application for community supervision, but you will not be leaving jail. You will be going straight to Safe P. Those are your only choices. All right, the court is going to find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 7 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 7 years. She's to remain in custody until transfer to Safe P. And Ms. Abrams, you can see if felony drug court will accept her. She's to be with the mental health unit or the mental health initiative. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, no residing in households with minors. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. Proof of employment within 45 days of release, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's $1,000 fine that will be probated. 200 hours of community service restitution. There's going to be 1 hour deduction for every sober support meeting that is completed. Ms. Abrams, is there anything else?
No,
Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
no.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, and we can go off the record. And Ms. Abrams, do a gang evaluation, please. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Hi, I'm working on it.
About 2 more, Judge, if you. How would you like to handle that?
Who's the 2 others?
The other one I have is Leanne Garcia and Ollie Joanna Kelly.
I have one quick MTR,
Who is it? Yours, Leanne?
Ollie.
Ollie, please. Court is calling 2025 CR 001273W State versus Ollie Kelly. Can I have parties announced?
Renee Munoz on behalf of Ms. Kelly.
And are you Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Ali Joanna Kelly who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2025 CR 001273W for the offense of possession of controlled substance penalty group 1 less than 1 gram on February 5th, 2025 for a period of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes.
State?
Bias condition number 4. In Dare County, Texas, the defendant Ali Joanna Kelly did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of June and July 2025 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine?
True.
No, do you understand that?
Oh, yes.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4? Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, the proposed agreement grants the motion, revoke probation, enter adjudication of guilt, and sentence to 138 days in the Dare County Jail. under 1240.
Is that your agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you asking the court to follow that agreement? Are you waiving your right to appeal? All right, the court will grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you to 138 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244, give you credit for any time served. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
True.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question, on what
Okay.
that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, here's the thing. If you do not get your life together and start making better decisions, you're either going to end up at the prison, at the Bexar County Jail, or somebody's going to identify your body. What you're going to have to do is, when you're released, you need to go to a sober support meeting. If you can't find a place, you come back here. I'm still here. I'll pick up the phone and find somebody to help you. But you're going to have to stop this, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, with regard to the request earlier about me assisting Mr. Crane Porter, I was speaking with them and it looks like it may be more so needed tomorrow and I'm gonna be out of town.
Okay, we'll find someone. All right, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, we can take the others back.
I have just this last one, Judge.
Their attorney's not here.
Okay. Hold on to it until later?
Yeah, yes. Leanne Marie Garcia, who's her attorney?
Trombley?
All right, so we'll see if he can zoom in later. Can you just put a hold on her?
You can put it on.
Because his paperwork is done. All right, I'm reviewing it. And if you'll just, if you'll come stand here. I'm sorry, what?
Did by any chance, did you give me back, paperwork on Smith?
Here you.
Gabriel Diaz, Enrique Rodriguez. Thank you. Garcia. Come on.
And Diaz's attorney didn't show. Gabriel Diaz. Oh, and he also has Enrique Rodriguez.
Yes, that were the both men that were here, Judge.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Judge, I think that I need to print. Is that gonna cause a problem?
No.
Hard for me to hear.
All right, guys, we're going to go on the record. The court is calling 2025 CR 011026 State versus James Ross. Can I have parties announced?
Brandon Prater for the state.
Laura Espinoza for the state.
Leland McCray, stand by.
Robert Porter, stand by.
All right, so, Mr. Ross, I'm going to have your standby counsel explain to you what standby counsel is and their duties. So have you all had a chance to let him know what that is, either one of you?
I would say that generally speaking, my understanding of it is if you have a question or a concern, in any way I can help you, I'm here to help you, but I will not be making any statements on the record in terms of any legal objections, arguments, cross-examination, or questions. As you've seen so far, I'll pass you notes if I think it's helpful. You use it as you see fit. And then also for the record, your witness that you want to have been subpoenaed. So if you ask her to be here, she'll be here.
All right, so I just want parties to be clear on what standby counsel means, but just so parties know, I'm not going to interfere with any notes that are being passed between Mr. Ross and the standby counsel so that everyone is clear. All right, let's bring the jurors in.
All rise for the jury.
All right, everyone, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize so much for the late start. Usually we start on time, but there were other things that were outside of my control, and it was in no way related to this case. All right, State, you may call your witness.
State calls Christian Benavides.
Could you raise your right hand for me, please?
Yes,
Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. Just make sure you keep your voice up so everyone can hear.
Yes,
State, you may proceed.
Thank you. Mr. Benavides, are you a resident of Bear County?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived in Bear County?
34 years
4 years. How are you currently employed?
with the San Antonio Police Department.
How long have you been employed with the San Antonio Police Department?
2 years, 11 months, 3 years next month.
What have been your duties over the past nearly 3 years?
Calls for service, patrol duties, making arrests, traffic stops.
Are you considered a patrolman?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a certified peace officer?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of education is required to become a certified peace officer?
I believe high school education,
Do you have any specialized trainings?
specialized trainings.
Yeah, to become a certified peace officer, do you go to an academy?
Yes, ma'am.
classes?
Through an academy,
Do you know approximately how long the academy is?
approximately 8 months.
What was your position with San Antonio Police Department on June 1st, 2025?
A patrolman.
A patrolman. What area? Well, let me back up. Were you on duty on June 1st, 2025?
Yes, ma'am.
What area were you patrolling?
I work Peru, which is Huebner, Vance Jackson, Bandera, 1604, La Cantera Parkway, Medical Center.
Now, is San Antonio broken up into segments or districts?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you're on duty as a patrolman, are you the only patrolman on duty?
No,
No, so there's multiple.
there's about 6 per side. There's 3 sides in Peru. There's about 6 to 7 patrolmen in each side.
Okay, and what were the hours of your shift on June 1st, 2025?
1:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m.
Okay, and are you familiar with a case under San Antonio Police Department 25110099?
Yes, ma'am.
What case is that?
An aggravated robbery.
How did you become involved in that case?
I was dispatched.
What time approximately were you dispatched?
4 p.m. 4:27 p.m. I believe it was close to the afternoon.
Are you familiar with a document called a key card?
Yes.
If you saw a key card, would that information be contained within?
Yes, 100%.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
Officer Benavides, I am showing you what has been marked for identification purposes as State's Exhibit A. Will you please refresh your memory regarding what time you were dispatched and let me know when you're done?
A little different from how I see it, but approximately 17:49,
In non-military time, what time is that?
5:49 p.m.
5:49. Do you recall where you were dispatched?
Yes, ma'am. 4047 Days of All Road.
Okay, and what kind of location is that?
It was a shopping center, like a little strip mall, and it was JC's Alteration gift shop.
And is that in Bear County, Texas?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Okay, so when you arrived to the scene, what did you observe?
When I arrived to the scene, there was a few people outside the location. They were moving some stuff, but they flagged me down. They were waving at me. Started speaking with them. They had told me about the incident that, somebody came in demanding money, pointed a gun. And I spoke to witnesses and they kind of started telling me what happened.
Okay, I'm gonna pause you there. May I approach on?
Yes.
Okay. Officer, I'm gonna hand you what have been pre-marked State's Exhibit 9 through 12. Can you please take a look at them?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, this is the location.
Do you recognize them?
Yes.
How do you
Yes.
how do you recognize them? How do you recognize them?
Just from the day that I was there.
Okay,
That was the store.
Are they fair and accurate depictions of the scene on June 1st, 2025?
Yes, ma'am.
At this time, Your Honor, State would move to admit what had been marked as State's Exhibit 9 through 12.
Any objections? All right, States Exhibit 9 through 12 are admitted without objection.
Permission to publish, Your Honor?
Granted.
Okay, Officer Benavides, I'm gonna show you State's Exhibit 9. Do you see the black door in this photo?
Yes, ma'am.
What does it say on that door?
JC's gift shop.
And do you see an address on this photo?
Yes, 4427 Days of All Road.
Okay, and this is the location you responded to?
Yes, ma'am, correct.
Okay, and then State's Exhibit 10, what is this in this photo? If we can get it.
That is the inside of the store.
Okay, and what do we see in this area?
You see a bunch of things packed up, kind of what I was saying earlier when I first arrived, they were moving out, they were packing up.
Okay, and can you tell in this photo, where this photo was taken?
I believe as soon as you enter the store, maybe a couple feet in.
Okay. In State's Exhibit 11, can you tell us what's in this photo?
Just more things, it's towards the right side of the store. if I remember correctly.
toward the right side? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. From the entrance.
Ooh, okay. And then States Exhibit 12, can you tell what that is?
Yes, ma'am, that's the entrance or exit of the store.
So is that the direction opposite of what we saw in States Exhibit 10?
Which one was that?
States Exhibit 10 is at the door. And is this a view of from the other side of the store?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so what did you do when you arrived?
So I began speaking with the caller and some of the witnesses. From what I remember, it came out as a gun disturbance. I was told that a gentleman was there, demanded money because he was working with them to help them move out.
Yes, Your Honor. Hearsay.
All right, that objection will be sustained.
We can't talk about what people said, but we can talk about generally what you did. Okay, so you got there and you spoke with individuals. Do you recall the names of the people you spoke with?
The main caller, I believe, was Miss Janice. I don't recall last name.
Mhm.
And then the other two witnesses were Daphne and Alicia. And again, I don't remember their last names.
So, right. In your, I guess, investigation, did you develop suspect information?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
How did you develop this suspect information?
From one of the witnesses who said they knew the suspect because she had actually asked them to help.
Hearsay.
Sustained.
When you arrived, did you observe any suspect on the scene?
No,
No. Did you learn a suspect name?
yes.
Okay, what did you do next?
I investigated the name and I found somebody closely matching that description with the same name.
And what did you do after that?
I put it out over the air and on our computer for other officers to be on the lookout for that person.
What further involvement did you have in this case?
I called the follow-up unit, which was the night CID, to inform them of what happened, and they came out to do further investigation and interviews.
And what does that stand for, night CID?
I don't know, honestly.
Might it be criminal investigation?
Oh, yes,
Some-
yes,
yeah,
Night
yeah.
Criminal Investigation Division.
Okay. Do you recall the name of the night CID that came out that night?
Yes, ma'am, it was Detective Landrum.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Defense, any questions?
Yes. So, hello, officer. So you were not you were not present when this supposed crime happened.
No, sir.
And when you got there, did anyone seem to have been assaulted?
No, so,
Born at all?
no, sir.
So there was no ambulance or medical personnel or fire trucks there to render aid to anyone who had been assaulted.
That's correct. No EMS was called.
So the knowledge that you gained about what happened came from the witnesses that were there.
Correct.
Did you have any reason to believe that they could? Did you feel they were being truthful?
Yes.
Did you notice any inconsistencies in their statements?
Not that I recall.
When you interviewed them, did you interview them all together or did you separate them?
All separately.
Dispatch said that testified yesterday and said that at 1749, a call was made by a gentleman. Did you contact any gentleman when you made it to the scene?
There was a couple gentlemen on the scene. They were, I guess, helping the victims and witnesses. But I didn't gather their information. They really didn't have anything else to say. There was no, I guess, since they didn't witness the crime, there's no further information to gather from them.
So both these gentlemen told you that they did not witness this alleged crime?
I can't say that, I can't recall.
Did you interview these gentlemen?
I believe so. I talked to them briefly just to see what was going on, and they just pointed me to the victim and witnesses.
Okay, so is it your regular practice not to gather witness information when you collect statements from them?
Yes, but I don't believe there were witnesses.
Did you collect a statement from them?
No.
But they didn't give you any. Okay, switch gears a little bit. This is reported as an aggravated robbery, correct?
Yes, sir.
For it to be aggravated robbery, I'm under the impression that something has to have been stolen or.
Objection, defense is testifying.
All right, that will be sustained to the form of the question.
Was there anything stolen?
No, sir.
So there was no property relieved from the owners at all?
No.
I really want to go back to the gentleman that you interacted with. You interacted with them, but you did not collect a statement, correct?
Objection asked and answered.
That'll be overruled. You can answer that question.
Ask the question again.
These gentlemen that were on scene when you got there, you did not collect a statement from them, or you did?
I talked to them briefly. I didn't collect a formal statement from them.
Why?
It just wasn't pertinent to the case. I needed to talk to the witnesses and the victims that had more information.
Okay, these gentlemen were there helping them move, correct?
Yes.
So they would have been there, correct?
From what I can gather or remember, they weren't there at the time, or they weren't present when the incident occurred. They were lifting all the heavy things inside the U-Haul, so they weren't inside the store when it happened.
And I don't mean to sound, I want. Is that your regular practice for when there's an aggravated robbery?
My practice is to gather statements from any witnesses or victims that's relevant to the case.
Did these gentlemen say that they did not want to have their statements taken?
No.
So when you spoke to them, did they tell you that they were not inside, that they were outside, or?
Objection calls for hearsay.
That will be sustained.
Okay, when you spoke to them, were you inside the store or outside the store?
Outside, if I recall correctly.
Excuse me?
Outside, if I recall correctly.
Did the witnesses or the victims interact with them during this time when you were interviewing with them any?
I don't remember.
Was there any weapon found in the scene anywhere?
No.
What kind of perimeter search protocol do y'all have in regards to this? Is there any?
As far as searching for a weapon?
Yes.
I mean, just the immediate scene.
Just like. So you speak to them to learn they were inside or out?
Again, if I remember correctly, I just spoke to them what was going on. They flagged me down and they just pointed me to the right direction of who to talk to about what was going on.
Neither one of them said that they called the police?
Hmm. Can't say I recall.
Did you have on your body cam?
Yes,
Was it active and recording
yes,
when you spoke to these gentlemen?
yes.
Um, Your Honor, we, when you contacted the victims and of this crime, alleged crime, did they tell you it was gun involved?
Yes,
Okay, and did they describe the gun to you?
I believe so, yes.
And what was their description?
I would have to look at my report.
Ask the state for a copy of his report.
Thank you very much. It's very professional. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Okay, move to mark this.
Yes, I think, has his report previously been marked or no?
No, Your Honor.
All right, yes.
And can I approach the witness for
Yes.
his recollection to this report?
Yes. If you'll have the court reporter mark it, let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just take a 2-minute break so that everything can be marked and then it'll move along at a different pace. So everyone, please rise for the jurors. Yes, we're ready.
Rise for the jury.
All right, everyone, please be seated. And defense, it is still your witness.
Officer, I'm sorry, can you repeat your name for the?
Officer Benavides.
Officer Benavides, can you point out to me on there where you spoke to the two gentlemen outside?
It is my Mr. Door.
For the record, that's your report, correct?
Wait, well, first, for the record, is that your report?
Yes, it is.
So, can you tell me on there where you documented speaking to the two gentlemen outside?
It's not on here.
Is it not on there, because you didn't put it on there?
That's correct. Like I mentioned earlier, I only put things that are relevant to the case. I don't put every single step of the day, the weather.
So you don't think that it's relevant that two men that are moving furniture from this shop to the U-Haul outside is relevant to an aggravated robbery that took place on this scene?
Well, like I mentioned, they're not witnesses or victims.
They're workers for the supposed victim in this crime.
That's correct.
So why wouldn't you take their interview? Why wouldn't you interview them?
Because again, they're not victim or witnesses.
Are you aware that it was a man who made the call?
I'm not aware of that.
Are you aware that the 911 caller never saw a gun?
Repeat that again?
Are you aware that the 911 caller never saw a gun?
I have to see the call for service again. All I know is it came out as a disturbance gun, so there obviously was a gun involved.
Okay, so if there's a gun involved and nothing was stolen, what do you put together as an officer?
Just because there's no gun involved, nothing was stolen, doesn't mean it's not a robbery.
So it's just because no gun. Excuse me.
You got everything you need from me, to be clear. If no gun involved, no, it doesn't mean it's a weapon.
So just so we're clear, there was no gun on the scene, didn't find a gun, and there was nothing stolen.
That is correct.
That's all for right now, Your Honor.
State,
No further questions, Your Honor. This witness is excused by the state.
is this witness excused?
Very well.
Okay. All right, the rule has been invoked. That means you're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone or view anything about this trial until this trial has been concluded. Just make sure you're available if either party decides to recall you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and if you could leave the square microphone behind, I don't know if you put that on. Yes, if you'll leave that behind. And if you'll give the exhibit to the court reporter.
Here you go, ma'am.
And state, you can call your next witness.
Judge will call Miss Alyssa Ramirez.
If you'll raise your right hand for me, do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand. If you put on the little microphone, it's square, it's for the court reporter to be able to hear. All right, and if you'll state your name for the. All right, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Now, your name is Alyssa Ramirez?
Yes.
How do you spell your?
Through working with him that day, or those days that we worked with Miss Janice.
Okay, what days were those, if you remember?
It was back in June, April, May, at the end of May, early June.
Okay. And where were y'all working at?
We were helping her clear out her alteration business. She was moving it to a storage, and we were just helping her with it.
Okay,
She needed help.
and let's just verify that. When you say you're working for her, who do you mean?
Oh, for Janice, the owner of the operation.
Okay, and where was that? Where's the alteration place at?
It was on De Zavala and Indian Woods, I think it is.
Okay, what was the name of it?
JC's Alterations.
Okay, all right. So, how long do you work with Mr. Ross over at JC's Alterations?
It was just a total of 3 days. 3 days.
Okay. What were y'all employed to work on?
Just to move all her stuff to a storage, and that was just clearing out her entire building. That's what that was the task to be completed.
Okay. Any kind of problems between anybody those 3 days?
There was problems between James and another girl that was working with us, Dawn. They kind of butted heads a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's
Nothing between James and Miss Janice Jones?
during the time of us working. Well, after the 3 days, yes, it was.
Okay. Well, let's go to that. Let's go to the events of June 1st.
Okay.
Walk us through, how did everything go down with Mr. Ross that day?
Okay, so, well, it began the prior day because Miss Janice had told us when we started working for her, she had made it clear to us that,
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay, non-responsive.
Right, that'll be sustained.
So when I'm asking you what's going on,
Uh-huh.
we can't talk about what other people have told us, what other people
Okay.
said. It's just what you have personal knowledge of. Is that kind of, so we can't say like, this person told me, it's like, no, it's like only what we know. Does that make sense?
right.
Okay,
Okay, so what was the question?
all right, so tell us about June 1st, what happened?
On June 1st, when we were working in helping her clear out her business, James had come in because he wanted to get paid. But she said she was gonna pay when the job was finished. So, he came in and basically just demanded that she pay him. And, he pulled out a gun. And I went behind the chair.
Narrative.
All right, that'll be overruled.
So going back, so you said he pulled a gun, what happened next?
He told her I want my money. And
And by her, you mean,
I'm sorry, he told Miss Janice, I want my money.
okay,
And I mean, he picked up Dawn and kind of tossed her aside. And
and Dawn, what is Dawn's name or Dawn's full name?
Daphne Smith.
Okay,
And then I just went and hid behind a chair. And I called 911. And then he came up to the chair and he moved it and he said, "Didn't I work hard for this lady yesterday?" And I said, yeah, we all worked hard. And then he said, "Did she pay me?" And I said, "No, not yet." And then he went back to Miss Janice and he said, "I want my money." And I think he said by tonight or something. I don't know. He said he'll be back. And then he left.
okay. When you called 911, what did you do with the phone?
I sat on it. I was scared that he was going to know that I called. So I sat on my phone and then I would just like get up so that way maybe they could hear. what was going on and that they would just see my GPS location and show up.
So you basically, did you call 911, set the phone down, and then talk to them afterwards?
Yes, yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I was too scared to talk to them during the,
okay.
I didn't want him to know I called.
How concerned were you that Mr. Ross would notice that you would call 911?
I was pretty scared to where I was afraid, should I call? I was actually deciding, should I call or not? Because if he finds out that I called, say my phone's really loud and they say, what's your emergency? Then what if he shoots me? So I was scared that he might kill me if he finds out that I called 911. So when he moved the chair, I was like, oh my gosh, he found out. I thought he found out that I called because I had my phone underneath my leg. And he didn't. He said, didn't I work hard for this lady yesterday? That was a relief because I was like, oh man, I thought he was in my head. I was thinking, I thought that he knew I called and he was going to shoot me right now. So I was looking down at the floor. I didn't want to look up at him because I thought he was going to shoot me. I just stayed looking at the floor. And so then I was relieved and I said, yes, we all worked hard, which we did work hard. But yeah.
When did he point the firearm at you?
When he said, I'm not playing with you two white bitches.
Your Honor. Judge, that's an
right.
open-ended question.
Excuse me, gotta be sustained.
When he pointed it at me was just when he said, I'm not playing with you two white bitches either. And that's what he told me and Daphne. And like I said, I was just looking down. I didn't want to look up. Once he saw the gun being pointed at us, I just looked down at the floor.
Can you describe the firearm to the best of your ability?
I want to say it was like a revolver, I think, with the turny thing, you know, where it turns. And it was like a gunmetal, like a dark gray.
Okay.
Definitely was not black. It was gray.
Where on your body did he point it?
He just pointed it like towards, like he didn't get close. He just pointed it at me. Like he was pointing at me and her. Like when he said, you two white, he just pointed it at me and then pointed it at her.
Was there any question in your mind that it was pointed in your direction?
Oh yeah. I mean, it was definitely pointed in our direction. Yeah.
How did that make you feel?
I was scared. I was really scared. But I just stayed looking at the ground because I was like, oh my gosh, if he shoots me, I didn't want to look up. I couldn't look up.
Well, Alyssa, I gotta ask, if you were looking at the ground, how could you see him point the gun at you?
Oh no, that's when I looked at the ground. When he pointed the gun at me is when I went like that and I looked down at the ground. Because I wasn't gonna sit there and stare at him, you know, while he's pointing the gun at me. So I just looked down at the ground after he pointed it. I just went like that and I looked down at the ground. I never thought of what it would feel like if somebody pointed a gun at me and how I would react, but I couldn't do anything but just look away from it once I saw it pointed in my direction or at me. Yeah.
Okay. When did Mr. Ross leave?
Right after pretty much like 15 seconds after he had told me, didn't I work hard for this lady yesterday? Then he went back to Miss Janice and he said, I want my money. I'll be back. And then he left right after that.
Did you see him leave?
Yeah. I didn't see which direction. I saw him walk out, but I didn't see which direction he went or who picked him up or anything like that.
Did he leave the firearm at the location?
No, not that I know. I mean, no. I believe he actually put it back in his pants.
Okay. I was gonna ask, did you see when he first pulled it, where did he pull it from?
So I can't remember if he pulled it from the front or the back. But I just remember him pulling it like I just saw it come out and I said, oh my gosh, he's got a gun. I can't remember if it's the back or the front. And that's honest. I cannot remember.
That's okay. Judge, we'll pass the witness.
Defense.
Hello. All right, so I want to go back before this alleged incident a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Let things calm down a little bit. That's okay with you?
That's right.
So how many days actually did you work with the defendant?
3 days?
Was it 3 or 2?
Thought it was 3, but I guess the third day was the day that the defendant didn't show up. Or that third day would have been the day The third day was the day with the gun, I guess.
So it's the defendant's understanding that he only worked there for Ms. Jenkins 2 days. Okay, so the first day, do you remember the first day?
I remember the first day, yeah.
Can you tell us about the first day without going into too much detail, like what was the task being completed on the first day?
We were just packing up her things. I think we were trying to get the U-Haul. We hadn't gotten it yet. We were
Okay,
trying to get
Who
it.
was trying to get?
Melvin or Marvin and Claire. We're trying to get the U-Haul.
Sure.
Yeah, and Daphne, and she was trying to get the U-Haul. Me and Daphne went over and met Claire and Melvin at the U-Haul place. And
Which U-Haul place?
I think it was over there off of by Days of Vala, or it was off of I-10 somewhere. I wasn't the one who drove. But I think it was off of I-10 somewhere.
How far was it from shop that this U-Haul place that y'all went to was that?
Maybe like, I think it was like 4 miles, maybe 3 miles, 4 miles. Maybe. I'm not really.
How long did it take
Took a long,
Daphne to get the U-Haul the first day?
took a long time. A long time. I remember it taking a long time.
Did she actually get the U-Haul on the first day?
I had to leave to work on the first day, so I didn't stay. On that first day, I only worked so many hours. The next day, the U-Haul was there. So I wasn't there present when the U-Haul actually got there.
Next day, you don't remember the U-Haul being there, just when you got there?
Just when I got there the next day, it was there.
Okay, what time did you get there the second day? Carl?
I don't recall what time I got there. I really don't. It was sometime.
work
I think it was like
this
around 11 or something. It wasn't early. Everybody else was already there.
What do you recall the vibe like in the, the area where everybody was working at?
It was okay.
Did you feel threatened by the defendant in any way?
I did not at that time, no.
Did you feel that Ms. Janice did?
Judge,
No.
don't object to that. There's no way that the witness knows what another person is feeling.
All right, legal objection.
Speculative.
Your
That
Honor,
Yes.
I need a little bit of latitude here so that we can ascertain the complete vibe of the place.
All right, so the state's objection to speculation will be sustained.
Thank you, Judge.
The first or the second day, did you notice the defendant have any disagreements with Ms. Janice?
On that first or second, on those days, no.
So there was no conflict was it like a happy time?
At the end of the second day was when the defendant,
No, we're not talking about.
Okay.
The second day. We're talking about during work, when work.
during the work, no. During the work, no.
As to the quality of the work, did the defendant, how was his work ethic?
It was good. It was very well. I mean, the work ethic was good.
And you said you didn't feel threatened by him at all.
Not at that time.
So at the end of the second day, you and the defendant actually were. Before the meeting at the shop at the end of the second day, at the storage unit, do you recall?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that right? Sorry. Is that when you when Daphne went and crying? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. I remember that, yeah.
Okay, so do you remember a gentleman and another lady being there?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall what they were doing?
You and I, or sorry, the defendant and I had gotten chairs down for them to sit down. Because they're older in age.
So was that an idea of yours or was it the idea of the defendant?
I think it was an idea of the defendants.
to get
To
the older
let them
people
sit
out
down.
the way, so that they
Right.
wouldn't hurt themselves coming in and out the truck, right?
Right.
So you and the defendant pretty much unloaded the whole truck.
Mostly, yeah. Yeah. Mostly.
Okay, so we're gonna move forward to the end of the second day when the truck was returned to the shop. Okay? Do you recall everybody who was there?
Yes. I believe so. I was the defendant, myself, Miss Janice, Claire and Melvin. Or Marvin, I don't remember his name. It was Marvin or Melvin.
Was Daphne there?
I don't believe so. I mean, she had already oh wait, she had showed up before we did.
Mhm.
And talked to Miss Janice. About
Was she alone?
was who alone?
Was Daphne by herself, or was there another male that accompanied her?
I don't remember. Maybe. Oh. I'm not sure who it was. Eddie, maybe? Somebody else? I don't know if that's what you're talking about.
If you recall that she was not by herself.
I don't really recall whether she was by herself or not, to be honest. I don't.
So before the first day of work, do you recall a male being there accompanying Daphne then?
Yes, she was. Yes. Yeah.
Do you recall his name?
Eddie.
Eddie?
Yeah.
Okay, what was going on with Eddie and Daphne at the time when everybody was beginning work?
They were having an argument, like a fight. Like he was there slowing down her working because he was telling her, what happened last night? How come you didn't come back? It was personal problems, personal issues with each other.
Would you say, were they drug-related problems? Was drugs
I
involved?
don't think so.
Judge, I have to object to that. We're getting into the possible criminality of witnesses that I don't think are even involved.
All right, and the legal
That's-
objection, just 1 second. If I could have the legal objection, please.
Judge, we'd object to relevance and also improper impeachment.
All right, that would be sustained.
Thank you, Judge.
Rephrase. So at the beginning of work, Evelyn and the gentleman are there, and you're having a dispute in front of Ms. Janice, correct?
Judge, I'm gonna have to object to relevance here. What's happening between two people who are not involved? I don't see where it's going in
It's
regards to the witness.
cross-examination, Your Honor. I need a little bit of
Just,
that.
okay, so everyone, this is what we're gonna do. I will hear objections. Once I've heard the objection, then I can hear the response, and that goes for both sides, and then I'll make a ruling. So state, what is your legal objection?
Our objection is the Texas Rule of Evidence 403, which is relevance. I fail to see how this has any kind of probative value as to the credibility of this witness or to other witnesses or to any kind of defensive theory that they could put forth.
All right, defense, how is this relevant?
It's relevant, Your Honor, because it gives the character of the witness who claims to have seen a weapon.
All right, with regards to,
With regards to drugs being involved, if she was on drugs, then it's possible that she could be like over.
all right, I will tell you, at this time, the court is going to sustain the objection to relevancy. It may become relevant at a point in time, but for now, the objection to relevancy will be sustained. All right, thank you.
And Judge, if we may approach real quick.
Yes. right, and Mr. Ross.
Your Honor, I'm not asking about convictions.
No, no, no. Let me say this, and then I'll hear you. The state filed a motion. And let me just tell you what that motion means to the court. And if my interpretation of it is incorrect, please let me know. The motion in limine, Mr. Fox, is that you are not allowed to question witnesses about any prior bad acts. So that includes any alleged drug use. You're not allowed to question them about criminal history. The only way that can be done, because I ruled in the state's favor in this way, with regards to the motion in limine, there are to be no questions about those subjects. If you want to ask the witness a question about that subject, you need to let the court know before that's done. And this is the only thing I will say. You will need to ask to approach in it, and then it needs to be heard outside the presence of the jury, because the jury is not allowed to hear things that are included in motions in limine. So I want you to review the state's motion in limine. So there will be no violations of the motion in limine. And then if there is something that you feel in that motion in limine that you need to ask a witness, it needs to be done outside the presence of the jury so that the court can make a ruling whether or not it can be asked in the presence of the jury. Do you understand? All right, so does anyone have a copy of the motion in limine?
I believe he did it orally, Judge.
It was an oral motion from the judge.
If you could repeat, and for the record, this is outside the presence of the jury, if you could repeat the oral motion in limine.
Judge, to the best of my recollection, it was a motion in limine to bar any kind of questions or testimony regarding criminal acts, be they convictions or alleged criminal acts in front of the jury.
All right, so criminal acts, convictions.
Your Honor,
Just hold on, and I want you to internalize what they're saying so that there will be no violations of the motion in limine. Now, criminal acts, Mr. Ross, may include drug use. This is what I can tell you. This witness, the questions you were asking this witness concerning drug use, was it about this witness's alleged drug use or someone else?
someone else.
All right, so the court is going to find, and I've already ruled that it's irrelevant at this point in time. So I'm gonna sustain their objection to relevancy. And you're not allowed to question this witness about any alleged bad acts of other witnesses until the court deems that it's relevant. At this time, the court is finding that it's not relevant.
Correct.
And Judge, we would ask that if the court may, if they may instruct the jury to disregard the defendant's previous question.
I will instruct the jury.
Thank you,
Now,
Judge.
with regards to this witness,
Gun. So if they say the gun was dark gray and they own drugs, like
with regards to cross-examination, you are not allowed to just ask any question that there's not any real basis for it. For example, a witness just can't be called and defense in the state will tell you, it's the question that people ask. So have you stopped beating your wife? And there's nothing that's based in. You're just throwing things at a witness. According to the rules and according to ethics, you cannot call a witness and your sole purpose is just to ask them questions that has no basis in anything. It's just serving as embarrassment. You understand?
right, and I don't mean to embarrass you. That's
So,
not my intention at all.
You are not allowed to ask her that question. And at this point in time, the court is going to find that it's not relevant.
Thank you, Judge.
kind of clear headed that day.
Here's the thing, I am not allowed
Okay,
to
yeah.
give you legal, yes. Okay,
No more questions. No, I'm good.
all right, let's bring the jurors back in.
Jury?
Right, again, because everyone. I'm addressed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the last question that was asked by Mr. Ross is to be disregarded. Does everyone understand? Is there anyone who is unable to do that? All right, Mr. Ross, you may continue.
After the first day, we began work. You, the defendant, Ms. Janice was there, Daphne, John, and her boyfriend or significant other, or whatever. You said that they seemed to be arguing about something. Is it clear at all what they were arguing about?
I do not know what they were arguing about.
What was the defendant's reaction to their interaction? Recall?
I don't recall what the reaction was to, no. I just remember Janice saying, Eddie, we don't need that personal business here, and he left after that. I don't recall what the defendant's reaction was.
Did Eddie immediately leave, or did he linger about?
He lingered a little bit, and then he left.
Fast forward to the end of the second day of work.
Okay.
Okay, at the end of the second day of work, when everybody made it back to the shop and everything was done, truck put up, and all the workers were inside the shop about to leave for the night.
Mhm.
Do you recall that time?
Yes,
Do you recall the defendant's behavior?
frustrated.
Was he frustrated and like loud and vocal, or argumentative, or was he silent and frustrated, waiting for a moment to express?
Frustrated because he was, I guess, waiting for a moment to talk to Janice alone. Not with everybody there.
Did Dennis allow for this moment?
I believe so. I'm not sure, actually. I don't really remember if she left for it or not, but I think so.
Do you remember a conversation between him and her?
I do remember him saying, yes, yes. He said, if I don't get paid today for the work that I did, I'm not coming back tomorrow.
If you could rewind just a little bit,
Okay.
do you recall what he asked her for?
I don't recall that. What? I don't remember what, like how the amount, or what are you asking?
Okay, I can't lead you to like, so what it's like is, do you remember whether he asked her for all of his pay, or did he ask her? for
Partial. It wasn't all of it, no, it was partial pay. I just don't remember the amount.
Right. Okay, but it wasn't but was it a complete day's pay? Did he ask her for?
I don't remember whether, he just was asking her for some kind of payment that day.
It's in record that that said that he asked her for money to buy drugs. Was that true?
She told me that.
Judge, I'm gonna object to that. There's no way the witness knows what other witnesses
Right.
are talking about.
All right, that'll be overruled. Excuse me, that the objection to that will be overruled as far as to speculation.
Judge, we would also argue that this is all facts that aren't in evidence. And if anything, I would say it's also a misstatement of what was previously said.
These facts
All
are-
right, with regards to the misstatement, that will be overruled. All right, you can answer the question.
Um. How did you ask the question again? I'm like,
Number two. Okay, sorry. Okay, no, breathe, let's let it breathe for a second. It said that, it's in the record, that the defendant asked for money from her,
Right.
from Janice.
and you're saying, okay, I understand the question now.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I do remember that.
Okay. Did he,
Did he ask her for money? Or for money for drugs?
did he ask her for money for drugs?
I did not hear that,
You.
but Janice told me that.
What did you hear?
I just asked him to ask for money for pay for the day, because he worked really hard. And he needed some payment. Janice told me later on that he asked for it for drugs, and she said, I don't condone that. But I did not hear it personally myself, no. That's the honest truth. But Janice, you know, I don't think she would lie. I don't think she would lie. She's a Christian lady and she has no
Okay.
reason to.
Right, so at the end of the conversation, the defendant said what?
Did the defendant say what?
How did the night end?
The night ended with Janice saying, she stayed firm in saying, I'm not gonna pay until the job is finished. I told y'all that at the beginning and y'all agreed to it. And so Marvin ended up giving the defendant $20 bill and gave me a $10 bill for gas. Then I gave the defendant a ride to his apartment, dropped him off, and I went home. That's how the night ended.
Did the defendant make you feel, did you feel threatened or intimidated or any
At
such?
that time, no. Not at that time, no.
So the next day, did the defendant show up for work?
No,
Do you recall the day following that, if the defendant showed up for work?
no.
Did the defendant come back to the shop at all?
Yeah, the very next day, yes, he came back, but not to work. That was when he came back with the gun. Or am I missing a day or something? Because I was working my own full-time job at the time. So am I missing a day? Is there,
You missed a few days.
okay, because I was working my own job full-time. I was just trying to help on the side. So if you, I don't know what days I wasn't there, but my next day that I saw the defendant was when that whole thing happened with the gun.
Okay,
I believe it was the following day actually, because it had to be, because it was when he said, I'm not coming back tomorrow. Yeah, it had to be the next day.
okay, are you aware of whether or not the defendant contacted the owner, Ms. Janice?
I was told, yes, that the defendant had came in the morning with his girlfriend. And that the girlfriend was being rude.
Were you there at that?
I
time?
was not there, but this is what Daphne and Janice told me. I had no idea.
That's. I don't mean to say like, that's enough, but like,
I had no idea.
okay, so. But you were there. When he. Okay, so Marvin or Claire's husband gave you $10 and gave the defendant $20.
Right.
Okay. And why did he do that?
Because he felt bad that we didn't get, he said she's a hard one, or like she's gonna stick to her guns, you know. She's gonna stick to what she said. So he felt, I guess, felt bad for us. And I needed gas, so he gave me $10 and he gave the defendant $20.
Out of this $20, did the defendant give you any money to put in your gas?
He was going to,
He didn't?
not out of the 20. Through Cash App, he did,
That's what
yes.
I mean.
But out of that $20 bill, no. But previously, yes, out of Cash App, $5, yes.
So a man who witnesses the defendant working hard and the defendant asks for some money from, who he's working for, not an entire day's pay, but a portion of it so he can make it back, the gas money. This man witnesses this and he feels sorry and gives the defendant and another worker money for gas.
Judge, I'm objectified to counsel testifying as well as the form of the question.
Sustained.
Thank you, Judge.
My bad, excuse me. That's all for now, Your Honor. I'll let it go for now.
All right. State, any
Few quick
questions?
follow-up questions, Judge, if I may, of
Yes.
course. Ms. Alyssa. So walk us through, what was the agreement with Ms. Janice regarding employment?
She had told all of us, before y'all get started, I want y'all to know that I will not pay until the job is finished. Because multiple times in the past, I have been where people work and then they just leave.
All right. That will be overruled.
She's basically said that people have ripped her off in the past. Where they just leave her with all this work because they got their pay for that day and they just leave. So she said, to keep them coming back, to keep you guys coming back, I want y'all to treat it as a job. Like when you work at a job, you get paid at the end of the week. You get paid 2 weeks later. So I want y'all to treat this like a job. And you're gonna get paid at the end of the job when it's finished.
And to your knowledge, did James Ross finish the job?
It wasn't finished yet, no.
Okay. And was the payment to be the same for everyone?
I really was not told an amount of payment, to be honest.
But when people would be,
Your Honor, speculation.
That'll be sustained.
but when was the time that was agreed upon that everyone would be paid?
Just whenever we finished. If
Okay.
it took us a week, it was gonna be at the end of the week. Just whenever we finished.
Okay. So let's walk through, let's clean up the days a little bit. So when did the job start?
Like
What
the
day?
date,
Yeah, well, what day did it start?
I can't tell you, I remember what day it was, to be honest, I don't know. Geez, I'd have to look back on my text messages on my phone to see my text message from Janice and Daphne, cause I really honestly don't remember the exact date.
That's okay, that's okay. So let's count backward from the day of the incident. How many days before the incident did the job start?
2 days.
Okay.
The third day was the incident.
And that was June 1st?
Yes.
Okay. And on cross, do you recognize James Ross?
Yes,
Was James Ross the person who pointed the gun at you on June 1st?
absolutely, yeah,
You recognize the person who pointed that gun at you in the courtroom?
yes,
Can you point him out for the jury?
he's right there, the guy that's been talking.
Can you describe him by an article of clothing he's wearing? For the record.
Oh, he's wearing a black t-shirt.
Let the record reflect that the witnesses identified the defendant. Back to witness, Judge.
All right, defense, any other questions?
One more. Do you remember, the defendant's girlfriend?
No,
Were you there when she came and talked to Janice?
no. I was not there. 'Cause I wasn't there in the morning. That was when that happened in the morning and I wasn't there till later. When the defendant's girlfriend came. I didn't see it, no, I didn't see a girlfriend.
What time did you get there that day?
I wanna say like 11. I got there late. Everybody else got there early in the morning, like at 9. Or sometime like at 9, and I got there like 11. So I wasn't working that long before it happened. That's why I didn't have knowledge of the girlfriend coming in the morning until after the gun incident happened.
That's all for now, Your Honor. I'd like to go to witness.
All right, the rule has been invoked. That means that you're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone or view anything about this case until the conclusion of this case. Please make sure you're available if either party wishes to recall you as a witness. All right, and if you'll remove the square pin. Thank you so much. You may step down.
Thank you.
State, call your next witness.
Thank you, Judge. We'll call Ms. Daphne Smith to the stand. All right. Let's start at the beginning and let's take it slow, okay? How do you know Mr. James Ross?
I was taking my friend Andrew over to get some fishing poles from an apartment complex. And I love dogs. I have three, and so we went into this apartment complex. And while he was getting the fishing poles, there was this beautiful dog they had in the apartment on the second story. And I asked Andrew and the two people that lived in that apartment, can I take the dog outside to take it for a little walk to go potty? It didn't have a nice collar or anything, and I'm very emotional about dogs. So they said yes, and they were like, you can have the dog. Anyway, so I take it down the stairs, and I come down the sidewalk right here, and then the sidewalk turns right here. And so there's like an open area of lawn over here. And then some.
Driver now responsive.
Do I
Let's-
continue or?
No.
Oh,
So basically,
So what happened is, both parties will have a chance to ask questions.
okay, yes, ma'am.
And when anyone makes an objection, just stop speaking.
Okay,
I'll make a ruling on the objection.
okay,
And when I make my ruling, if you don't know if you should continue to speak or not, just let me know and I'll let you know. So what's gonna happen right now is the state is gonna ask you another question, okay?
okay, yes, ma'am.
You may proceed.
thank you, Judge. Okay. Did you start working at a place called JC's Alterations?
Yes.
Okay. What was the nature of the work there?
What was, so Janice was moving her store into another location, but she wanted to move everything to storage units. And she was asking about this, and so I had a storage unit at that location. And so that's Eddie that recently passed. He's the one that had me, he was like, hey, if you guys want to make some extra money, mom, we call her mom. She's gonna pay us handsomely is what she said, and she's awesome. She's such a sweet lady. So we went over there and does that, I don't want to go too far, but.
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay.
What was the nature of your employment agreement with Ms. Janice Jones?
So it was gonna be, she said like 4 to 5 or 6 days to move from the wood to Chavano. My son's name was right there on De Zavala and wood to Chavano. So like someone De Zavala basically. So from there over to UTSA Boulevard and the access road of De Zavala and I-10 to her storage unit. And
Okay. What was the time that everyone would get paid for this job?
so mom told everyone that was there. And it wasn't
And
everybody.
I just gotta clarify, by mom, who do you mean?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're under hearsay.
This is saying.
To your knowledge, can you clarify this, Jerry? When you say mom, what is the name of that person?
Janice, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So Janice told us all that when the job is done,
Jason,
For what?
hearsay. Objection for hearsay.
What is the same?
Now, so we can't talk about what other people have told us. We can only say what we have our personal knowledge of. So to your personal knowledge and your belief, when was payment supposed to be made for this job?
when job was completely done, after everything was from her JC's alterations over to the storage units, everything was out of the store and cleaned.
Okay. To your knowledge, how did Mr. James Ross begin working there?
When I was walking the dog, when I was with Andrew at that apartment complex, he said he knew the dog. He started calling it by its name, and he had a beautiful smile. And I was like, "Oh, hi! Oh, you know the dog? So
And when you say who do you mean?
James."
Okay.
And so, and so I'm too soft sometimes, and I'm regretting that now. But so, when I said, Mom, Janice, yesterday there were supposed to be 8 people that showed up to help her move her store, and I was the only one that showed up, and I couldn't do. So, excuse me, sorry. So I saw him, and he's very strong, and he was very kind, and so I asked him, would you want to come and make a little extra money and just down the street, because it's on the access road of Huebner, where his apartment was by my friend Andrew's friend's apartment. And he was like, yeah, so that's when we went over there, and then like 2 or, I don't know, it was 2 or 3 days later, everything went completely opposite weird.
So you're the person who recommended James for this job at JC Alterations?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Let's go to the day of the incident. All right, and so June 1st, 2025, what happened that day?
I'm sorry, I don't know, was that the 3rd day that we were working, or?
It would be the day of the incident. What
Okay.
happened that day?
So, I don't, I'm sorry, it's been a minute, so I don't know if that's when, I think the day before is when a girl came in, I wanna say, she said her name was Pebbles or Pickles or something like that.
Well, let's go to, just to make sure we're staying on point.
Okay.
The incident with the gun. Walk us
Okay.
through what happened that day.
So if you walk into mom's store, so if you're walking in, so here's the door, and the wall goes like this, it's like a rectangle building. And so, and we had a lot of stuff already moved out, but to the left of that is like a big square area where we had boxes that we were putting in the U-Haul. And against that area was like metal folded chairs, like maybe 3 or maybe 4 of them lined up right there.
Okay.
And so he came in the door, James came in the door, and I'm protective of mom. And so I got up and I turned around and I got in front of him, and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I go, don't, because he was demanding money again. I think this, I don't know if it was the 2nd or 3rd time. And I was getting ready to tell him, like, hey, mom said job.
So let's break that down a little bit. Why did you feel that you had to protect Miss Jones?
Because I've never seen him, he was kind. I've never seen him aggressive like that. It was like a complete different person. And I just, I call her mom because I love her. She's amazing. She's so kind. And I didn't realize, I guess, his strength. So as soon as he walked in and he grabbed one of those folding chairs and he slammed it down on the ground, and mom's sitting in the middle of the room over here. And he can I stand up or no? No, probably not. Okay. It's okay. So anyway, he had on long shorts and a shirt, and so when he slammed the chair down, his legs were wide open like this, and he said, "Where's my money?" And she was like, "James," she was sitting there, she was very calm. She's so awesome. She was so sweet and calm. She was, "James, I told you that when the job is done, I told everybody that."
Again, we can't go into what
Okay, sorry.
other people said.
Okay,
So we
okay.
can only talk about what we
I'm sorry.
observed, what we saw, what we heard, and what we felt. Okay?
Okay, sorry. Okay. So anyway, when I stood up in front of him to try and stop him, I didn't know if he was gonna hurt mom. Like I said, it was a different side I've seen of him. He picked me up by I had a sports bra on and a
Who
tank
picked you
top.
up?
Okay, sorry, what?
It's okay. Who picked you up?
James did.
Okay.
He picked me up and he threw me against the wall over here, and I landed literally against the wall flat like that. And but before he did that, he had a gun like this big, maybe, I don't know what, silver gun, and he had it to my head. And then he's I don't remember what he said now because it's been a minute, but it's something like bitch or something. I don't remember what he said, but I literally, when he threw me against the wall, I laid there and I had my hands up like this because I didn't want to think I had a gun or a phone or anything. And I was just praying for my dog and my son to be able to see them again. And then I don't know, Elisa was over here on the wall next to me. And I don't know because my face was down around. I was just praying. So I don't I just remember that like while my head was down, I don't know what between him and Elisa what happened, but I just remember I heard the gun, something like right next to us. And I was laying on the ground, and he said, I felt like it was like right here, but he had already held it up to my head before he threw me. But when against the wall right there, he said, he asked Elisa and I, he asked us, I think, 3 questions. He said something like, did I do a good job? And he did do a good job. He did a great job. And he said, did I do what I was supposed to do or something? And I don't remember exactly, I'm sorry, what the questions were that he asked us, but I don't even know if I fully was paying attention. I was just so scared. So I thought that the right answer to say the thing was yes. So I just finally said yes. And then I thought I was gonna die, but And then and then he,
If I may, it's okay, Daphne, take a deep breath. You need a moment?
oh, okay, yes.
Let me know when you're ready. Just look up at me and nod, okay? Ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's go back a little bit and let's unpack that. Okay. So you said that James Ross was the person in this whole incident.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, yes, sir.
You recognize James Ross?
Yes, sir.
Was he the person who pulled the gun on you?
Yes, sir.
You recognize him in the courtroom?
Yes, sir.
Can you point him out for the jury? Can you describe an article of clothing that he's wearing for the record?
A black t-shirt and glasses on his head.
Okay. The record reflect that the witnesses identified the defendant. All right, so let's go a little bit forward. Do you remember what the gun looked like?
It was like maybe like this kind of, and I would think it was silver, I think.
The
I don't
silver
know.
gun?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It was a silver gun?
Yes, I think so, yes, sir.
Okay. And did he point it at you or
He
did
put it was on my head right here. When he walked in, because when I went up to him, like, whoa, 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 like kind of leave mom alone. So when he slammed that chair down and I was over here, and so I walked up and I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So when he picked me up from my sports bra and my tank top, he put it right here and it picked me up. I mean, my feet were not even touching the ground. I'm sorry, this is so weird.
It's okay. Did the firearm make contact with your head?
Yes, sir.
Were you able to see the firearm when it made contact with your head?
Not necessarily because it was up here. So
When did you see it?
so when he pulled that chair out, he went like this. He didn't walk in with it like in his hand. He had big shorts on. He pulled it out when he stood up to tell me like to get out of his way. He pulled it out of his shorts like this.
Can you stand up and show the jury where and how he pulled it from?
Yes, sir. So when he put that chair down, his legs were like, he slammed the chair down. His legs were like this, and then I went in front of him to tell him like, leave mom alone. You know, just go. Anyway, so when he slams it, he goes, and he stands up and he goes like this. So there were big shorts, so you can't even tell, I guess. And now I was not looking for that anyway. But he pulled it up, and then I was like, this is wow. I never have. Is that good or okay? Sorry.
How long did this event last?
I don't think very long. Because I know now, Elisa called the cops, I guess, and then I know I called the cops and the lady was kind of getting mad at me on the phone because she couldn't understand me. But all I know is that when I finally felt like it was okay to lift my head up and my hands off the ground, I was freaking out, and they said that I heard somebody there was two other, I think one was mom's nephew or something, I'm sorry, Janice's nephew. And I heard them say that, oh, he pulled out in a red something, I don't remember. And then, but since Elisa had called, I guess, sooner than I did, the lady finally figured out what I was saying to her, and she said, the police are on the way.
Lady, who was the lady?
The lady on the phone, the 911
Okay.
person that I was calling. Yes, sir.
Okay. And so after you called 911, did you see James leave?
No, he had, I did not see him after he threw me. I was on the ground until whatever I was hearing, like that he would, like everybody was like, okay, what vehicle's he in? So I softly kind of got up and just, sorry.
Okay. Okay. Did you see that if there was a gun or a firearm like the one you saw left behind?
I didn't look around, but I don't believe so.
Okay.
I don't know, to be honest with you, I have no clue.
And this is gonna be a silly question that I gotta ask you. How did you feel when you had that firearm to your head making contact?
I was just praying to God that if I die, that God will take care of my son and my dog.
Did you feel threatened?
Absolutely, yes. I was scared.
Did you feel threatened by James's actions?
Yes, sir.
Judge, we'll pass the witness.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you 5 minutes and then I'll bring you back in. Everyone, please rise for the jurors. All right, everyone, please be seated. All right, to the defense, it's the court's understanding that you had questions that you wanted to ask the witness, and those questions are in regards to the motion in limine. So if you'll ask those questions, and then the court will make a determination on relevancy and, of course, hear any other objections. You may proceed and focus on the questions that you want to ask her in regards to the motion in limine. All right, so we're going to focus on the questions with the motion in limine.
On the first day that you started working at JC Alterations, there was a man there with you and he was like getting aggressive. You remember?
Yeah, Eddie, yes.
Okay. What was that? Was he on drugs?
I don't know. Eddie, he passed away 3 months ago, but he lives in my son's neighborhood right there in the woods of Chavano, but he follows me everywhere. So he followed me to mom's store. So he wasn't with me. Remember how mom she told him, she was like, if you're not gonna work, you need to go. Remember, he was just sitting there and we were working and he was just sitting there kind of fighting. So
Okay. Do you use drugs?
no, sir.
Are you high right now?
No, sir. I don't. I just said I don't use drugs.
So you've never used drugs ever?
No, sir.
Do you have, are you on any form of probation or had any dealings with Bexar County as far as, been arrested, any criminal background at all?
No, sir.
Have you been coached or, led or approached by the state in any way to testify in such and such a way?
I don't really understand.
Has anybody approached you to coach you on the way that you testify?
Oh, like today kind of thing or something? No, sir.
Yesterday, the day before, any days prior?
No, sir.
And again, you're testifying that you're not on felony probation right now.
Correct.
Do you know if Elizabeth is a drug user?
To my knowledge, no, she's not. But I mean, we're not. I give her rides, and she's a single parent, so we're not friends. She worked down the store, like remember I called the airport, so that's how I knew her. And so just like you, I'm like, hey, do you want to make some extra money right down the street? You want to come to mom's store and just help move, So that's how, yeah.
At the end of the second day,
Yeah.
when you got done working and everybody got back to the shop,
Uh-huh.
do you remember the interaction that took place with everybody in the shop?
All right, so here's the court's question.
Oh, okay.
Do your questions have anything to do with the motion in limine? If it does not, that's questions that needs to be asked in front of the jury. So is there anything else to do with the motion in limine?
Do would the state be willing to stipulate that she is in fact on felony probation right now?
Okay, that's not this witness, Your Honor.
I'm not on probation.
That was the NCIC, TCIC does not reflect that.
Yeah, the last chart that.
And she also has no convictions pursuant to this NCIC.
All right, so this is what I'm going to tell parties. Number one, if this witness is on a deferred adjudication, you will not be allowed to question her about that unless there is some sort of relevancy related to that. What the state is informing the court, and they can show it to you, they're informing me that this witness is not on a felony probation.
Judge, I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Is this witness on felony probation?
No, Judge, she is not.
All right,
She's not on probation, not on deferred, she's not under any kind of community supervision.
all right, so,
Your Honor, it's Alyssa, actually, is on probation.
all right, so you can't ask this witness that question. And then with regards to any of allegations of drug use, yes, you may proceed.
Did the defendant ever ask Janice for money for drugs?
Wait, I'm sorry, are you the defendant again? Okay.
I'm speaking to myself
not-
first.
To my knowledge, no, I've heard that both Mom and Alyssa said that, but no, I never heard you ever say that to any of them.
All right, so with regards to asking this witness questions about her criminal history, I'm being informed that she's not on felony probation. She doesn't have criminal history, so you're not allowed to ask that question. With regards to this witness and asking this witness any questions about any illegal substances, she has told you that is not the case, and I'm going to find that asking her those questions are not relevant. Again, it may become relevant, but at this point in time, it is not relevant. All right, is there anything else?
Can we save this line of questioning for Alyssa because she, in fact, is on?
No, let me just tell you what will end up happening. The state will call whatever witness they call. And then if there's something concerning a motion in limine, we will take a recess. You will be able to ask your questions, and then I will make a ruling on whether or not it's relevant. Mr. Ross, remember, I don't know any facts of this case. I'm hearing this case for the first time as the jury is hearing it. That's why with regards to motion in limines, I always tell both parties to approach before they ask any questions about the motion in limine. All right?
I would like to also make an objection post, your ruling on that motion, because I was never given the opportunity to object to that motion.
Well, what I'm going to tell you with regards to oral motions, they made an oral motion. The court made its ruling that if anyone wanted to ask any questions that were in the state's oral motion in limine, the court was not denying persons from asking that question that were in the motion in limine. The court's ruling was that if you want to ask those questions, then we will have a hearing outside the presence of the jury. And again, I'm not your attorney. However, the court's ruling on the state's motion in limine and allowing that to be heard outside the presence of the jury is appropriate. All right. So are we ready to bring them in?
Ready, Judge?
Yes.
Okay.
And how many more witnesses does the state have?
I think we have
One more here today.
one more here today, and then we'll have the lead detective tomorrow.
I'll say, so you have a total of 2 remaining. All right, so what we'll do. Call back, they're available.
Of course,
And,
Judge.
and we'll be starting tomorrow at 1:30.
I guess I'll make a point on this because I served the subpoena. Tawanya is served. I have her on text message. She's telling me she can be here all the way up to Friday. I told her, even if it runs into Friday, you still got to be here because you got a subpoena, let your employer know that. So she's been informed, she has it, she's been served, and that's been filed.
All right. All right, let's bring the jurors in.
All right,
Can I stay here?
No, yes, just stay here and stand.
Okay.
Vashon. Oh, everyone, please be seated.
Smith.
Sorry about that. All right, you may proceed with your questions.
Smith, when you walked in here initially, you were in tears. Is there a reason for that?
I was just nervous. I mean, you know what happened that day. I got scared. I haven't seen you since then, so I don't know what's going on or what. Well, I did see you that one day when I was here with mom and I can't the other couple that lives with them that was working with us. And I heard you yell at your attorney over there somewhere, and I saw them take you in that room over there. So I was just nervous. I'm not. I think you're a nice guy. I just you scared me, and I just don't want you to hurt anybody. That's all.
Understand it. I have no intention on hurting you, ever, never in my life.
Judge, I'm gonna object to that. That's fine.
Sustained.
Thank you, Judge.
I get into this. Might be a little bit uncomfortable. Breathe, okay. This lady, I supposedly had this gun to your head. Are you absolutely positive that it couldn't have been anything besides a gun?
I saw it come out of your shorts. I know it was a good.
What color did you say it was?
I think it was silver. I think I'm pretty sure it was. It happened. Yes. I mean, James, you know.
I know exactly.
I don't want to fight with you. I'm so scared. This is so uncomfortable.
What's that with you?
And I'm glad you didn't kill me. Thank you.
Okay, like, no, like, it's okay. This is serious business here, and so we can't cloud it with emotional things. We have to give people the truth. Okay? My life is on the line as well.
Judge, I'm gonna object to that. That's going into.
Sustained.
Thank you, Judge.
We gotta get back to this case. So this day, this gun, can you describe it again?
I know. I told you long ago. I don't. I mean, it came out of your shorts so fast, and you picked me up like you with my sports bra, my tank top, and you held it to my head right here, and then you threw me against the wall. So it was not. I mean, it was like all of milliseconds. I was facing you when I was trying to get in the way of mom because I didn't want you to come
Okay,
bother her.
let's rewind to this here.
Yes.
Let's rewind. How many times did the defendant show up? When I say defendant, I'm speaking.
Okay.
Me. How many times did the defendant show up at JC's alteration that day?
I think it was 2. One time was with that girl in the red t-shirt that I think Pickles or Pebbles or something like that was her name.
Okay.
Before you came in, and
So you
she was
think
trying to
she
ask. Yes, sir. I think so. It's been a minute, and
Okay,
Okay.
that's cool. That's yeah, the question. The first time when the defendant came in, was Pebbles with him? Was she with him?
no, she was by herself,
Okay.
and she was asking for money for you, and then
Wait,
mom.
wait.
Okay, okay, go ahead.
It's okay.
It's okay.
We're in the same place now.
Okay.
So when the defendant came into the JC's operations first time, did you understand, or were you under the impression, or did you know whether or not Janice invited him there, or was it a random him just showing up?
Honestly, I do not know the answer to that, so I'm not going to try and answer. I do not know the answer to that.
So when Janice came in that first time, was he aggressive?
Verbally, yes, and scared all of us, but me, Elisa, her nephew, or her adopted nephew, mom, and then
Okay.
okay.
I would like to be made record to show that, you know, Elisa wasn't there She says.
Judge, that's testimony that hasn't been elicited by any witness. Counsel is testifying.
All right. Is there a legal objection?
Judge, it's evidence that's not in record and defense counsel is testifying.
All right, with regards to testifying, that will be sustained.
And Judge, we'd ask that the jury be instructed to disregard defense counsel's previous question.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're to disregard the previous question. Defense, you may proceed.
So, when the defendant, when James first came to the shop the first time, Alyssa was there?
Yes, because I think it was like less than an hour after that she had to go to work, which is down the street to Specs, where she worked out on Isabella.
So,
And I think mom might have video in that store, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say she does. I mean, that's, that she's not there anymore. But I don't know if
do you remember specifically what the defendant said when he walked to the store the first time?
you were just, your voice was very loud and aggressive and demanding money. And mom was just sitting there in the middle of the room on a chair telling you,
Now,
James.
Are you easily scared by loud noises?
No,
No.
no,
So a loud voice doesn't affect you any?
no. My dog is a 85-pound bull terrier, so no.
Okay, so when you say that my voice is loud and it carries.
No, I didn't say it carries. That's not what I said.
What did you say?
I just said that you were very aggressive and loud, which is exactly what you were. I don't want to fight. I'm just telling you what happened.
Okay, like, you are allowed to say everything that you want to say. The purpose of this is for truth to come to be ascertained. So I'm fine with it. I'm not upset with you. I forgive you. I'm not upset with you.
Judge, we're getting into whether the defense counsel forgives the witness or not is completely irrelevant.
I'll retract that.
All right, that objection will be sustained.
Thank you.
So when the defendant left out of the store the first time, that's when his girlfriend came in?
The Pebbles person?
Yes.
No, the Pebbles person or Pickle, I'm sorry, I don't remember what she goes by in the red t-shirt. She came in first and then you came in after her.
So you remember the second time that you came in?
Or you know what? I'm sorry. I think, no, you came in and then I guess y'all left and came back and then Pebbles in the red shirt came in and that's when mom was like, I just told him, I'm sorry, it's been a minute, okay? And my mother-in-law just passed away. I've got a lot going on right now. But yeah, so then I don't know the timeline.
Let me stop you. and ask
Okay,
you
go
that
ahead,
person.
go
Do
ahead.
you think-
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear about your mother-in-law. Do you feel like that has any bearing on the memories of what happened all them days ago to that it may affect your testimony now? Like,
No,
Are you in a bad place?
No,
Like,
I'm
are
not in
you
a bad.
breathing?
No, I'm just saying I mean, that day, yeah, that day when honestly, James, what I remember is that I was scared that you were gonna kill me and I was scared that I was never gonna see my son or my dog again. That's the most thing that I remember. Besides that, this stuff is kind of like, what, okay, so that's, you scared the
That's-
shit out of me, dude.
Okay.
Sorry.
Is it completely? Do you remember the defendant's wallet?
The what?
The defendant had a wallet. Do you remember it?
I never saw your wallet.
Do you remember the defendant's phone?
I never saw your phone. We worked.
Right. I'm talking about on the day in question.
Well, which day? We were talking about 2 different days.
No, the day in question is the day that this alleged robbery took place.
Well, I mean, as soon as you walked in and I tried to stop you from hurting mom and you put the gun in my head and threw me against the wall, that was all of seconds. So I don't, no, I don't.
Okay, so
I-
what behavior did you notice that made you want to step in between us?
Because when you walked in, you were yelling at mom sitting in the middle of the room in the chair where she always sits, and you were saying that you want money, you want your money right now. And I'm not lying. I'm scared of you a little bit. Okay, so I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm just telling you, you know exactly what happened. You do. Okay, I didn't want mom to get hurt, and so I didn't know that you were that strong. And
When the defendant came in there, Did he say, I'm only here to collect the money that you told me to come and get?
I don't recall the exact verbatim of it. I'm sorry. I don't.
So all that you remember is the defendant coming in here screaming and yelling?
Well, you walked in and you were very loud and you said, I don't remember if you said Janice but you said, I need my money now. I want my money. And she was calm and she said, James, nobody gets paid until the job is done. I told everybody that from the beginning. And then you said, and you held the gun to her and then said, wait, let me finish, please. And then when you did that and you held the,
Do you recall Janice instructing Tawanya Monday? Her name is Tawanya
I don't know what you're talking about though.
Pebbles.
Oh, okay.
Judge, I think that from the form of the defendant's questioning, he's gonna try to elicit hearsay evidence.
No, I'm
She
not.
can only say what she has knowledge of, not what other people were saying.
All right, so this is
you
what,
have knowledge of-
excuse me,
Hey,
Oh, I'm sorry.
is what happened. You can ask your question, state if you have an objection, the court will make a ruling on your objection.
thank you, Judge.
You recall the conversation that my girlfriend had with Miss Jones in the shop?
She wasn't nice, but she wasn't yelling like you were. She just came in and requested, she demanded money from mom, from Janice, for your work. And she said, mom was sitting there and very soft like she always is. And she said, look, I don't even know who you are.
Okay, well, anytime, you can't get in. You can't get in.
Oh, why are you asking a question? You let me finish.
You answered it already.
What?
You answered it.
Okay, then, okay.
Okay, so the thing now is, do you recall Janice instructing Miss Monday, my girlfriend, Pebbles, to bring me back to the shop?
And Judge, I'm not objecting to that hearsay.
Do you
All
recall?
right, that'll be sustained.
Wait, what do I do?
Oh, don't answer.
Okay.
There's going to be another question that is asked.
Okay.
Okay. Do you recall Janice giving Pebbles any instructions?
And Judge, I'm objecting to that. That's also hearsay.
All right, that'll be overruled. The answer to that question is either a yes or no.
Okay, I'm sorry, can you repeat it one more time?
Do you recall Janice giving Pebbles any instructions?
Instructions? No. Do you want me to go a little bit further than that?
Please.
She said that she doesn't know she said, I don't know who you are. James worked for me. You do not. So like, I don't have any reason to be talking to you. It's exactly what mom told Pebbles.
Was that the end of their conversation?
I believe so, yes. I think she actually maybe kind of tried to fight with her a little bit, not hard, but just kind of try to still get her to give the money to her for you. And then, sorry. And then she turned around and walked out, so.
You remember the ending of the second night of our work when we got done?
We had the sandwiches that night or no?
No, the last night. The last night that I worked for.
When we were at the U-Haul, when the U-Haul over at the storage unit?
Right.
Yes,
Do you remember when we all got back to the shop?
yes.
Do you remember the conversation that took place then?
Well, I mean, you gotta be more a little specific than that, because there was,
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Do you recall having someone with you that night?
no, no.
Okay, so when you got back to the shop, did you come back with me and Alyssa, or did you come back alone?
Yeah, you drove the U-Haul, you know that,
Right,
right? And Alyssa was already at work. You know that too.
no, end of the second night. The end of the second night, I didn't drive the U-Haul back, I just parked.
Judge, witness, defense counsel testifying.
Sustained.
And Judge, we'd ask that the jury be instructed to disregard the previous question.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're to disregard the previous question that was asked by defense. You may proceed.
You remember the storage unit?
Yes, yeah, because I had a storage, yes. I remember I had my sword right there. That's how I showed mom where to go, right there.
You remember when we completed the work at the storage?
Yes, yeah, you worked very hard. You were sweating and, yeah, you were awesome.
Do you recall leaving before me?
Yes, because you yelled at me and then you scared me and I started crying. I'm not trying to be mean, but you know.
I don't take it, I'm not offended.
Sorry, okay, okay.
I'm not upset with you at all. At all.
Yeah, and when I went back down the street, the back way of Ranch Jackson to De Zavala into the with the Chavano in mom's shop, I was still crying when I got there, and and she was like, "What's wrong?" And I just told her, I said,
Was there anyone else with you?
"No, I was by myself." You know that?
There wasn't another man with you?
No, you know that because it was Claire and her husband, and and they said that you told them to sit and get out of their way, and you put two chairs down at the storage unit, and you told them they had to sit right there and get out of the way. And so I'm telling you what they told me. So maybe that's irrelevant or whatever.
You good, please continue.
Okay.
On the day of the incident, did the defendant leave with anything? Did he steal something, take anything? Did he remove from Miss Jones any of her property at all?
I can't answer that because when you threw me against the wall, I told you I was so scared. I left my face down, my hands up like this. So I could not see anything going on after that until at least I heard her on the phone calling 911. And then I was shaking and I went to like melt into the wall, and I finally like whispered, I was like, is it okay to get my head up and my hands up? Is he gone? Are the cops here? Like, so I'm sorry, I'm just answering the question.
No, as to that. So I picked you up with one hand and held a gun to your head at the same time.
So when you walked in the door, right? Why are you out? You know the truth.
Get it clear for them.
Okay, that's fair. Can I stand up? Is that okay? Or no? Or
That's for the defense.
Please, like, if you would show us, I'm okay with it. How I picked you up and had a gun to your head.
so okay. So it's okay to stand up now? Or-
Yes.
Okay. So when you walk through the door, so it's like a rectangle building. And so the door's right here, and we had it open since we were doing boxes in and out of the wall. And mom had the most of this area, the main kind of back area was empty when we had, oh, sorry. This, like, so when you walk in right here, this big area is where we had boxes, like, kind of acting them up, whatever.
You
And go-
can skip forward to the part where I.
Okay, well, you asked a question, I'm getting there. So when you walked in though, so when you walked in and over here in that square area, you got one of those metal chairs and you slammed it down. And then, that's when I got in front of you and I was like, ooh, cause I don't remember what you said to mom, but you're making money, whatever. And I didn't want you to hurt her, so I got in front of you and so if you're like this and I went in front of you, I remember the gun was over here. So I guess with this hand of yours, you lifted me up like this from my orange sports bra and my black tank top. And you had the silver gun right here on my head and said, bitch, something, I don't know, whatever it was. And you threw me against the wall and I landed literally against the wall right there. And then I just, that's when I told you, I put my hands out and my face down and I was praying. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does, but it doesn't allow for. Can you describe this gun?
It was so fast. I just told you like 3 times exactly what happened.
Okay, so is it?
I don't know why you're asking when you know what you did. Like, I don't understand.
Because I didn't have a gun.
Oh my gosh.
Judge, I'm gonna object to that. That's defense counsel.
It's my head right here. Yes, you did.
And Judge, we'd ask that the jury be instructed to disregard.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you did to disregard the last question.
I passed away this, but I would like to reserve her, please.
All right, thank you. All right, state any further questions?
Judge, we have no questions for this witness. We ask that she be excused.
All right, the rule has been invoked. What that means, you're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone or view anything about this trial. Just make sure you're available if either party wishes to recall you as a witness, okay? Oh, someone will call you and they'll let you know whether or not they want you to testify again, okay? All right, if you'll leave. No. If you'll leave the square mic behind,
yes.
that belongs to the court reporter. All right, thank you. You may step down.
Thank you.
Could I have parties approach? At this point in the proceedings, I'm going to have you all back here on Thursday at 1:30 p.m. I have a document in the morning that I have to take care of, and then we'll proceed with testimony. Remember my previous instructions? You are not allowed to do any investigation. Everything that you need to know about this case is to come from inside this courtroom and nowhere else. Does everyone understand? Do not do anything about this case. Do not even think about this case unless you're sitting in the box. Does everyone understand? All right, so I'll see you all here tomorrow at 1:30. And things will run smoothly, I promise you. You can hold to the 1:30 start time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're excused for today. Everyone, please rise for the jurors.